Hello and good morning. Joe Justice here, coming to you with Dad Bod Daily. It's great to be with you today, and I'm making one simple promise to you that if you stick with me for 10 short minutes every day, then I will help you achieve your goals no matter how big or how ambitious they are, because I have everything that you need to succeed, which is basically your two big concepts I talked about yesterday is to have an ideal and to make small steps. So we're going to be talking about that today. First of all, I think I got the live streaming thing worked out. I've been tweaking the last couple of weeks as I've been coming live every morning. I've been tweaking everything around, trying to get all the technical stuff worked out for whenever we have our huge, gigantic audience of tens of thousands of people that are going to be joining us live. I'll have all of the little details worked out, so I appreciate everybody that's been sending me comments and telling me, little tweaks here and there and little things that I can do. I think I got my lighting worked out. I got my lighting in my gym/office here has some different settings, so I could go like red if I want to. So I got a little remote control here. So I was thinking maybe this is like if I'm going to be like mean, like tough love kind of stuff. I think that's pretty good, right? And then I got green, which is pretty cool. I just think that's kind of like, ooh, I don't know exactly what green will be for yet. Maybe some topic that's on wealth. Ooh, that'd be good. Like anytime I'm talking about wealth, I could go green. And then blue's pretty obvious. Blue's just kind of like helpful. Everybody likes blue. Blue's friendly, And then of course white, and of course I could do any color in between. I could do like orange. But what's orange? I don't know. But anyway, so I think I'll do blue today. Let's do blue. Change my colors to blue here. Uh-oh. Now my remote's not working. There we go. Let's change my colors to blue as we talk today, as we get into a little bit more of what we talked about yesterday. So what we talked about yesterday was my two big ideas that I'm kind of formulating and working out for my hero content that I'm going to be putting together to help people out. And those two big ideas are have an ideal and take the smallest step. I want to talk a little bit more today about having an ideal. What is an ideal? What do I mean by having an ideal? What is that concept of an ideal? How do you have an ideal? So an ideal is like a perfect version of you. It's like something that you want to achieve, no matter what that goal is. It could be wealth. It could be health. It could be relationship with your children. It could be a relationship with your spouse. It could be whatever that is, whatever that thing that you want is. You need to have a big ideal. You need to have you can think of it as a goal. It's not really a goal. You need to be able to visualize it, an ideal in your head, something that's tangible, that's real. Now, this is an important thing to understand whenever you're developing an ideal version of you is it should not be another person. In other words, you shouldn't strive to be another person. So if you think somebody's perfect, you think of somebody that's rich, you think of like Elon Musk. I want to be Elon Musk. You do not want to be Elon Musk, okay? You cannot be Elon Musk. You cannot be another human being. You can only be you. So you need to strive to be that perfect version of you. You need to visualize not you turning into Elon Musk, because you will never turn into Elon Musk. You need to visualize you with the wealth of Elon Musk. Now, what does Elon Musk do to get his wealth? That's what you have to do. That's where you get your inspiration. Now, that's the difference between an ideal and inspiration. Your ideal version of you is the ideal version of you. It's not another human being. It's not somebody that you're going to turn into. It is you, and you can achieve those things by emulating other people. So you get inspiration. So let's say you want to be somebody like Elon Musk. Then you have to look and figure out, how did Elon Musk get where he got? How did he achieve what he achieved? And then you can start visualizing yourself doing those types of things, okay? Maybe it was through, Elon Musk was specifically through coding and development early on in the internet stages. So he innovated technologies. So that could be, so you have to visualize yourself as innovating technology. So now let's bring this down to something a little bit more practical, because you're not going to be a billionaire, but that doesn't mean that you're not going to be wealthy. So you have to keep that in mind. And that's where this whole idea of an ideal comes from. It's an ideal version of you, not another human being. Because if you try to be Elon Musk, you will never be happy. You will never achieve that. You cannot be another human being. Now, what you can be is a wealthier version of you. So then you have to start thinking about, how do I become wealthier? What would a wealthy version of me look like? Maybe the wealthy version of me would have cash flow assets. So imagine something simple that everybody can understand: real estate. So imagine a wealthy version of you has storage facilities that charge rent every month. So then you have to start looking into how that would happen. Well, first of all, you're going to have capital, because how are you going to afford to buy these storage facilities? So then you're going to have to start breaking those down. See, and this is what I was talking about yesterday. You have to break down those concepts into things that you can do every day. How are you going to build capital? Well, you're going to build capital by getting out of debt. Are you in debt right now? Do you have a bunch of credit card debt? Do you own your house? Do you own your cars? Or do you have your own cash flow through income or through other sources? So what you need to do is figure out, okay, what's one step that I can do today to get a little bit closer to having that goal, which is to have a cash flow asset. And to get a cash flow asset, well, I'm going to need down payment. So you might be looking into the future for a year, but by looking into the future for a year, you're going to find small steps that you can do every day. So let's say today I'm not going to buy that coffee at Starbucks. I'm going to save $4. I'm going to take that $4 and I'm going to put it into a savings account. Now, there's other ideas and there's other ways of building capital and stuff. I'm using that as a very small and simplified example. So if you want to build a cash flow asset, then you need to get out of debt. And then if you want to get out of debt, then you need to save money, and then you need to pay off the debt. So you can just whittle that down. But you see yourself visually, you see yourself in the future, a version of you in the future that has these cash flow assets. What did that version of you do? Again, you're not striving to be another human being. You're not gonna do a bunch of internet research on somebody that is a real estate tycoon, or talk to somebody that's a real estate tycoon and say, I'm going to be him. That's not what you want to do. You want to be, I'm going to be a version of me that has done some of these things that this tycoon recommends. So you do want to read. You do want to talk to people. You do want to ask questions. You do want to find out, what did they do? What did they do? What did they do? Did they scrimp and save? Maybe they didn't. Maybe their parents gave them all their money, or maybe they had an investor early on. Well, you're not going to be able to do that. So you can't be them unless, your parents are going to give you a boatload of money too. A lot of times that's not what happens. A lot of times they'll tell you. And if you ask anybody that's successful, believe me, if you ask anybody that's successful how they became successful, they will tell you. People that are successful love telling people how they got where they got. Do not be afraid to ask somebody, how did you do this? If you see a business that you like, if you see somebody that's very fit, if you see somebody that's got a beautiful wife or well-behaved children, you ask them, how did you do that? And they will love to tell you about it. It's never a case, you'll find in your life, it's never a case that you'll ask somebody, how did you accomplish this amazing thing? And they'll say, I'm not going to tell you. People that accomplish amazing things love telling people how they do it. So that's what you want to do when you're building an ideal. An ideal is not another person, and that's the most important thing. If you're trying to get in shape, your ideal is not Arnold Schwarzenegger. Your ideal is not, The Rock. That's not your ideal. Your ideal is a version of you, a better version of you in the future. And then you're going to backfill the difference between you today and that ideal you with teeny tiny small steps. And then you're going to find the smallest steps that you can do to achieve that future version of you. And as you do that, and as you make incremental progress towards it with micro goals and small systems, you'll achieve that future version of you, and you won't be disappointed, because disappointment comes from comparison. Comparison is the thief of joy. And if you want to be another human being, you will always be miserable, because you can never be another human being. So, never compare yourself to others. Be your own self. Find the best version of yourself. Aim for that, and you'll achieve great things. All right, guys, that's it for today. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope to see you guys again tomorrow. We're building up some stuff here. We're going to get momentum going, and I'm pretty excited. I think I got all the technical stuff worked out. So, until tomorrow, take care. Have a great Tuesday, and I'll see you tomorrow.